Today we're going to talk just a little bit about the second All-State excerpt for the clarinet, marked Tempo di Polacca. Let me play just a little bit for you. Sorry about that last note, I just couldn't resist. Anything, one of the first things you need to know about this piece is what Tempo di Polacca means. First of all, Polacca is a type of dance. Actually, it's one of the national dances of Poland. And as a dance, the whole piece is going to be very, what I like to call vertically oriented. We're going to think about movement to this piece of music. So in a sense, we're going to be thinking almost dance-like accompaniment as opposed to a lyrical solo. The second thing is that this is a dance that doesn't just start and go with the metronome in a steady pace. It moves ahead, it pulls back. There's a sense of pesante or rugged quality to this dance. It's whimsical and it's constantly changing. So if we were to just put the metronome on and play, it really wouldn't capture the spirit of this piece at all. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is to look up some polaccas on YouTube or wherever you go, and actually you're going to find these under the term polonaise. So you look up some Chopin polonaises and listen to the way the pianists play the pieces. Listen to the sudden changes of style or character. For instance, you end the first or the second line in a pretty strong manner. And then right where it picks up at the beginning of the third line, completely different. One might use the terms masculine and feminine, or we might be starting that third line with a rather coquettish or coy kind of quality, but it's not going to be the same. And I think when you listen to pianists, great pianists like Rubinstein or Horowitz play polonaises on the piano, you can hear these qualities that if we can capture this spirit on the clarinet, it's going to make this excerpt so much more enjoyable and so much more authentic to this Tempo di Polacca. A couple little things. I'm going to encourage you to play. We've talked about this in the last discussion with the B major lyrical etude. You want to keep the fingers down. I'm going to start this piece, for instance, with the right hand B key engaged. And I'm going to try to engage as many times as I possibly can both pinky keys at the same time. One of the places where we're going to get a lot of technical glitches on this excerpt is when we're going back and forth from left to right hand B keys. So to avoid that, see if you can engage both of the keys at the same time. It really, really helps. Another thing that stylistically is sort of important, the grace notes. You're just going to slip these grace notes in very, very quickly, almost as if they're just sort of a whimsical little passing flurry there. They're not to be really emphasized or brought out. They're just a little filigree, if you will. Also, the use of the trills. I don't like to start the trills and just go a single tempo or speed. I'm going to start the trills, especially at the end of the first line, for instance. I'm going to start slow, and then I'm going to pick up momentum, and it's going to actually help on a half note that can remain, if we're not careful, sort of stagnant. It's going to help propel the line forward, even though we're just sitting on the half note. And that happens on several occasions. Also, make sure you're really careful. I'm sure the judges are going to be really picky about the articulation on this excerpt. You see a lot of times where we're slurring 3 and tonguing 1, or slurring the 2 middle notes in a group of 4/16. You want to really be careful to make sure that we hear with clarity that we hear all those articulations precisely as written, because that's going to be one of the criteria upon which you're judged and compared to some other kids. So make sure with this particular excerpt, look up some piano polonaises. Go online, take a look at how the pianists play these pieces. And although this isn't strictly a polonaise, it's certainly in that style. It's a dance-like piece. It's subject to fits and starts and changes of character and mood. And if you can capture that on your clarinet, that will be so much more enjoyable for you to play, and it will be so much more enjoyable for the adjudicators to listen to. So have fun with this piece. Learn all the notes, get all the articulations, but then see if we can play in an authentic dance-like style. Okay, have fun and good luck and practice hard.